paradox. I remembered I had more memory on the iPad as I was driving, so now we get to do the car talk. Not sure what it should be about. It's kind of spontaneous idea. I don't know, I have to work. The best food in my opinion is rice. Name opinion, I guess, but what should we talk about? I don't know, the story grass plays in our evolution is kind of interesting. I like the story of grass a lot. You know how basically grass overtook a lot of like the more arboreal environments, and it created evolutionary pressure for us to start walking. And we got good at walking, and then we started, you know, running places efficiently, and then we started running things while running. You know, and that was one of the critical evolutionary pressures that allowed us to go to the next step in our generation, in our civil, like as a species. But then grass comes back later, and we eat the seeds of grass, like wheatgrass. We eat the seeds of it and create agriculture around, you know, wheat and other types of grasses, or seeds from grasses. My mouth hurts a lot. I'm talking all except for car talks. Yeah, and then, you know, agriculture allowed us to go to another step in society, but grass was superior to a lot of other forms of agriculture because God, my mouth hurts for some, I don't know why. Maybe it's because I never use it, I don't know. Yeah, so like, you can store, you know, seeds, and they can store seeds for large periods of time, unlike a fruit which will rot. So it made it good for agriculture. I mean, you know, arguably it's even better than like vegetables and starches and stuff like that. I mean, it's definitely better than tomato. You see how long it takes for a tomato to go bad? You know, so we were able to store food too, and you know, or even do banking with it and use it as like a currency. I would imagine. I'm not sure if they actually did, but I mean, they obviously bartered something, you know, and like what else do they have? You know, food and tools, I guess. You know, but they could store it around structures, and agriculture kind of necessitates that the species is nomadic. I don't know. I find it kind of weird that so many species on Earth are nomadic. But this makes sense because, you know, you have to branch out into other territories in order to survive. Hopefully aliens have a more, what's it called? Have a more stable environment. Although, arguably a stable environment wouldn't have the evolutionary pressures necessary to create intelligent civilizations. I think, you know, given enough time it could. It's actually kind of interesting because if you look at like the evolutionary time scale, you know, we've maybe 10% of the total time life has existed left on Earth before the sun is makes our planet uninhabitable. So yeah, that was fortunate. It took a very long period of time for our life to go from single cell to multicellular. But once they got multicellular, you saw the Cambrian explosion. I'm kind of curious to know, you know, why it took so long. And I guess as far as we know, something happened, and it happened once successfully. And that allowed, you know, multicellular. Like, there's theories on it, of course. Like, you know, I'm trying to remember what it is. When it went from, you know, prokaryotic to eukaryotic. It's like symptosis. I love the word. There's a word. I love the way it sounds. I can't remember. It's like asaptosis or something. But it's basically when a prokaryotic cell is swallowed by another large prokaryotic cell, and the two develop a mutually beneficial relationship, and that led to the eukaryotic cell being evolved. So, like, you know, the mitochondria would have first been like, you know, its own self-sufficient cell, but we swallowed it way long ago, and then it produced energy more efficiently than we took care of, you know, the external environment. Yeah. So, yeah, if that step happened, you know, like 300 million years later or something, you know, there may have not necessarily been the time necessary to develop intelligent life. I mean, it seems like once you kind of get going into once you kind of get going into multicellular life, you know, and diversification, intelligence tends to naturally arise, I would say. It's just sometimes that intelligence isn't properly utilized. I mean, arguably, like, you know, a few more evolutionary pressures on an octopus could create a very intelligent creature, but an octopus lives in the ocean, is not terrestrial, and it's unlikely it could ever make the leap to, you know, terrestrial. I'm pretty sure you need to be terrestrial to build a really nice civilization. And the reason I say that is because of fire. You know, you need to be able to have fires that can burn hot enough to get certain metals that are necessary for, you know, civilization to keep going. Oh, fun fact: the stainless steel is just iron and chromium, and like small amounts of other stuff. But I'm pretty sure it's just mostly iron and chromium. And the chromium, you know, helps it stop from rusting. We are just flakes of dust on the ball of rust. I wish we had better more interesting planets. I mean, you know, don't get me wrong, I like Jupiter and all, but, you know, why did Venus have to be so hot? It kind of have been, like, you know, a little bit more temperate. I mean, you know, if Venus was better, you know, we could have, like, you know, a nice place to go hang out. There might even be life there, you know. But no, that would suck. It's terrible hot. I mean, it looks really pretty and everything, but it's not like you can realistically go there anytime soon and have a nice time. Instead, we have to go all the way up to Mars, which, you know, has like none of. Venus has a very nice gravity, you know, and that's something you can't really change about planets unless, you know, you want to wait a long time, right? Mars has low gravity, and it's going to be difficult to, you know, have a sustainable ecosystem on Mars, you know, especially one that resembles Earth, you know. Yeah, the ecosystem there might look a lot different. I look a lot more like a desert ecosystem, honestly. For a while. I mean, yeah, there's just not a lot of pressure there. And so, yeah. And then all the gas giants are so far away. I mean, if they weren't, it probably would be bad for the solar system, you know, but too bad we couldn't evolve in the solar system, you know, where you got like a nice, beautiful gas giant to stare at. You know, it's close by and doesn't mess with anything, and it helps us out even. Just want Venus to be like a vacation home, you know. But no, we have to go to cold Mars. It's like having Alaska as your vacation home, you know. I don't know, I think it'll eventually get to be a pretty cool place. You know, I think we'll get there. You know, like there's been like a lot of questions like how long will the window to go to Mars stay open? Because this window hasn't really been open. It actually still isn't really open. But like the basic idea is like, you know, there might be things that stop life from becoming multiplanetary, even if in the rare case it does get to this stage. And let's think about like all the filters on life, you know, and then you have this massive technological and economic challenge to solve of colonizing another planet. You know, and if aliens don't really get like a nice Mars place to go to, or you know, even like a moon, they just may never really go out in space that much, or deep space. I mean, they'll probably still do low orbit activity, of course. You know, inevitably they'd send probes out, but you know, the motivation to go really far would just be so low. I mean, imagine if it was like, you know, colonized, not even like Titan, like Triton, the moon of Uranus, right? Maybe it's Neptune. Is it Uranus or Neptune? I think Triton belongs to Uranus. I don't know. No, Triton belongs to Neptune. 80% confident. Yeah, so imagine if, you know, that was like the best place to go. Triton. A super far off moon that like probably 95% of the population doesn't even know of. And it's dark and it's cold and it's desolate. You know, there's nothing really to do there. There's no purpose to going there. Just go there. You know, I mean, Mars, you could. I mean, it'd be like living in Antarctica without oxygen, but you know, that's way better than living in cold Antarctica without oxygen. It's not even like worse. I mean, the view of Neptune would be pretty cool, I imagine. Well, I always thought Neptune was underrated. Yeah. Hopefully one day I'll get to go. It's a long ways to go. I would like to go to the TRAPPIST system, definitely. And the, I don't know, Proxima B sounded pretty interesting for a while, but I'm starting to think it's going to be like, not like Venus, but like a fire blasted version of Venus, like an atmosphere. Like a version of Venus with no atmosphere. Or a stupid one. But you know, TRAPPIST has got a lot of planets and there's a wide range, so there's a high likelihood that at least one of them is, you know, cool to go to. That I can live on, you know. I think actually, you know, planets of like lower mass are actually a lot more common than we think. I think planets of high density are rare. Yeah, like there's like this question like how many planets are usually in the star system? And right now, like a lot of scientists think, okay, there's probably not that many planets in each star system. I kind of think that way too. Especially if we got like a gas giant in the ring. It's just gonna not be nice for the other planets. You know, you need gas giants far away. Or you need to have moons around them. There's only two options. And you can't. I think generally, if you have a gas giant, it increases the likelihood of intelligent life developing, I think. Yeah, that's what I think. Because it pulls in comets to a lot of water to come in. And it also stops asteroids, or sucks in asteroids, or keeps them, you know, it keeps them into Lagrange points, which are very important. I thought it'd be really cool if there was like an Earth-like planet in Jupiter's Lagrange point. That would be too cold.